actually do this by himself. Every engineer or physicist's favorite subject, the way back 200 years ago. And it will continue until we find the way to travel with safety and have communication and location parameters. In this 3 series of webinar, we'll try to present some kind of short updates of our problem. Number 1, how the ancient Egypt time traveled through space. Solar effects will be disclosed with examples. Number 2, we're going to be developing communication and analyze Earth beyond cosmic, even find a magnetic footprint of missing Malaysian Airlines Flight 370. And then we're going to have a proposal to construct a lightweight impregnated fiber optics composite spaceship utilizing existing technology with new technology, etc. And I'm also bringing some of the peers that I have been working with them, and then proposal to work with them continues on this project until we're done. Time travel again. People like us who believes in physics knows that the distinction between past, present, and future is only stubbornly persistent. Einstein's. The growing acknowledgements and our future advancements, and mankind, most scientists who have not seriously studied Einstein's question dismiss the time travel. When I talked to my college professor in early 80s, I found out every second person knows UFOs. This research is based upon scientific revolution and common sense. We also believe our planet is dying slowly. The places were lush green a few hundred years ago now turned to be a sand desert due to magnetic fields and unknown magnetic radiations of the other planet. Crystallization of Earth into sand and dust weakening our top coat can cause rapid tsunami. Early part of this century, time travel used to be taught. In 1998, 3 physicists, Michael Morris at the California Institute of Technology and Yulee at the University of Michigan, made the first proposal of the time machine. They did convince to get the funding. Wormholes were mathematically possible, but I think so far they're useless. Current situation, space shuttle, 17,500 miles per hour. Second in line, hyper technology, 13,000 miles. And then level goes down 7,500 NASA early. However, in 1942, German aircraft, at that time, I believe they did not have a knowledge for the stepper motors. But the technology was developed and have potential for future space traveling. And then you can see the future that we need to track our planet, the alien spaceship or concept. This is kind of our flight path, how we're going to be doing the test flights. We're going to be slinging between planet to get away to another universe. And then Based on ancient travel or Egypt, how they travel through this line, and we're going to sending some prototype probes through this, or based on our theory, the spaceship will have not any atomic power plants, maybe dual purpose plasma engines. However, we will be achieving a proton speed, and we can sling from planet to planet, different energy levels. The point of entry at assuming x1, and final destination will be x5 from the location of Earth. So we enter here, and then we'll just come back here, and then this will be this destination within few seconds. Let's look it up over Earth. This has already been tested. We just need to find the escape holes. These appears different time. Earth magnetic field is generated in the core. The site of the dynamo process, electrical and magnetic field wormholes appears. Sometime, and it stays for hours due to faster Earth rotation. It moves around very fast. We'll discuss this more. Tunneling through a space and time theory. Let's talk about it a little bit. Develop a movement in hyperspace by emphasizing the laws of nature in higher dimensions. In 1919, Cruz did propose where did the fifth dimension go? He answered to this question by himself, and then Einstein's quantum theory, perhaps the most startling and complex phenomena in quantum theory is tunneling, for example. We know that the nucleus of an atom is stable. Protons and neutrons within the nucleus are bound together by nuclear force. However, there is a probability that nucleus might fall apart, that proton and neutron might escape by tunneling past the large energy barriers. The forces that bind the nucleus together, ordinarily we say that all nuclei must therefore be stable. But an unstable fact that uranium nuclei do in fact decay. We'll come back and talk. Okay, here we're going to do this. This is our solar system. As we know, the rotational speed of any star depends on its age. Young stars rotate faster than old stars. The speed of Earth about its axis is about 1040 miles per hour at 23-degree angle about its axis. It was Kalula's idea to solve the Raymond's matrix to find the fifth dimensions. The column and rows are identical at the same electromagnetic fields. Maxwell, which we defined in previous slide number 4, the wormholes of electromagnetic field. In the field, we do not have Earth gravity. And 10 components of Einstein and 4 components of Maxwell, and then the fifth dimension will be our wormhole. Kepler 452b 13,000 light years away from Earth. Our similarity 1.0 recently discovered in July 15. January 15th. And there are about 5 or 6 planets we already discovered that they look like Earth, but it's so far. And in our lifetime, or maybe over few hundred of generations, the way we are researching it, we may not ever be able to travel if we sit back and relax and read about it and nothing to do. One Earth orbit around the Sun takes 1 year. (365 days). Around Sun, our entire solar system orbit center of Milky Way or galaxy. Our Sun and solar system moves about 500,000 miles per hour. Imagine that. In this huge orbit, so in 90 seconds, we all moves about 12,500 miles. In orbit around the galaxy's center. Our Milky Way galaxy is a big place. The Sun approximately 225 to 255 million years to complete one journey around the galaxy center. This amount of time it takes us to orbit the center of galaxy, and sometimes it's called cosmic year. Next. Laws of nature applies to the entire universe. Laws of divine ones, laws of vibrations, laws of action, laws of cause and effect. The conservation laws are fundamental to our understanding of the physical world, in that they describe which process cannot occur in nature. For example, the conservation laws of energy state that the total quantity of energy is in an isolated system does not change, though it may change form. In general, the total quantity of property governed by the law remains unchanged during the physical process. With respect to the classical physics, conservation law include the conservation energy, mass or matter, linear moment, angular moment, electrical charge. With respect to particle physics cannot be created or destroyed. Particle cannot be created or destroyed except in pairs. Wherein one ordinary and other antiparticle with respect to symmetry and invariance principles, the three special considerations of laws has been described, associated with the inventions of reversal of space and time in charge. The most conservation laws are exact or absolute in the sense they apply to all possible processes. Some conservation laws are partial in that they hold some process but not for all of them, not for the others. Einstein's Boson bridge. Now we know the shrink and expand nature's 3D simulations through very sophisticated computers modeling required with temperature effects. Einstein believed that any rocket that entered the bridge would be crushed, thereby making communication between these two universes is impossible. However, more recent calculation shows that travel through a bridge might be very difficult, but perhaps it's possible. the future of black holes. I believe the bridges are already there. These bridges. We'll come back and show you. We just need to locate them or learn how to locate. In 1998, when I looked shortwave ham radios communications, it was not possible. In 2006, I have experimented with X-rays and ultrasonic waves and learned more about our projects. Our planet can pretty much predict major oil relooking the Einstein theory. However, the space cannot be folded into second plane. Our existence has mass, which I believe is a three-dimensional, and the fourth dimension can be time. Looking matter and antimatter theory, so far we are able to align electron and take a picture with a very special camera, up to a very small scale, aligning milli-nano voltages. And they can be disturbed, and then the holes will be closed again. It's okay if we take a very small possibility, we'll still have to learn how to download human memory and install every time the human travel from one dimension to the next dimension. It may not be possible. The brain is so complicated. The Russian has done some experiment with human brains. Human brain can be trained as a receiver of instant messages, which is an unconventional existence of code, is not topic of our presentation of this study. Gravity tunnels. In 1960, a powerful atom smasher was built to break up the nucleus of the atom. And we found out hundreds of mysterious particles among the debris. And Einstein guessed that the entire framework of general relativity. However, in 1971, a Dutch grad student, Mr. Jarrett, defines the three quantum forces. He believes the weak and strong forces were caused by exchange of quantum energy, and phenomena carries no electrical charges, and a strong interaction between proton and neutron is like a glue to hold the protons and neutrons together. Let's move on. Scope of spacecraft propulsion source. You're looking at the iron particle moving, Faraday's, microfaraday. Moving particles so fast to create a magnetic field around it. To understand the magnetic field simulations, please download a software called VisiMag, and we'll discuss more examples of how the Earth north-south polarity will flip. And we will discuss a little bit year 2000 Y2K was predicted epileptic events. If we strike on a simple electron, it will disalign. Same principle, Earth will go out of magnetic field. So always no to nuclear blast, please. It has a lot of disadvantage on our cosmic system. Let's discuss this. Earth magnetic field. Mariners Trench. The deepest point of the Earth runs about 1500 miles across ocean, other side of the ridge. And we found the plus minus zebra strips on the other side of the Mariner Trench. The poles are not fixed. Every 300 years ago, the magnetic field suddenly flips 180. Very important. If we bang on any magnet, the electron will be disaligned and Earth will go out of orbit. Period. Every time there is a nuclear testing happens, UFO monitoring, the Earth magnetic poles are not fixed. Every 3000 miles, the magnetic field suddenly flips 180 degrees. This is a very important message for Iranian or for those in favor of nuclear blasting. If you bang on a magnet, all the electrons will be misaligned and the Earth will suddenly go out of the orbit. If you do a nuclear blast in space, we need to go back and see the slide number 10. And what will happen? Probably the space dust will damage our communications, plus more. Even every time there is a nuclear testing happens, UFO monitoring visits to our planet. And our goal is to keep UFOs away from our planet. We're going to discuss how the ancient flight paths. Perhaps we need to go over second webinar to do this. Thank you.